I want to ask you about the talented Mr. Ripley. You were really just terrific in that film. And you're playing somebody who uh, doesn't have any of the things he wants: friends, a lover, interesting work, interesting life, travel, money,
Right.
none of that. And through a little bit of deception, or perhaps a lot of deception, he's able to kind of change his life and become part of this like charmed circle of wealthy people,
Right.
revolving particularly around this one couple played by Jude Law and
Right.
Gwyneth Paltrow. And the first time you meet them, you're meeting them, is it in Italy?
Yeah.
And you're on the Mediterranean on a beach, and they're all like bronzed and beautiful, and you've just arrived from,
New York City.
yeah, and you're pale and kind of scrawny. This is one of the
Right.
roles you lost weight for. And the first time you meet them, you're in your bathing suit, and you look so wrong.
Right.
You look so out of place, and it sets the tone beautifully for everything that's to follow. This physically uncomfortable, out of the place, wrong-looking person. Can you talk a little bit just about that scene, even, and setting the tone with looking kind of frail and pale and
Yeah, I just thought it was.
exposed?
Yeah, it was right for. It was just right. I mean, it was right there in the script when I read it, and it made total sense. And we wanted obviously when Ripley starts to try to take over Dickie's identity, for him to try to look more and more like him. So the bigger gap you can leave at the beginning, the better that's going to come across. And also, we just love the awkwardness of it. The green bathing suit that I wore was, maybe a little bit kind of over the top. There was a scene, though, that Anthony had scripted just in case he felt we needed it, where they show me buying the bathing suit. I see him on the beach, and so I buy the bathing suit, and that's the only one they have, which is how I ended up with that bathing suit, just in case it seemed too kind of goofy that I would have a lime green, bathing suit. But Anthony looked at the movie and didn't feel like we needed it, and so, so there's Ripley kind of showing up as pale. I mean, they painted me alabaster for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You got painted pale.
Yeah, and I already was pale. I had stayed out of the sun for, months and months, and I was as pale as I could be, but they even put more kind of gook all over me.
What did you do internally to get into the character of somebody who wants so desperately to live this life that he has no access to, that he finally ends up not only deceiving but killing for it?
It's just that I can really relate. I really related to that character in a lot of ways. I really related to that.
In what way?
I don't know. I've had that feeling, in my life of wanting to belong somewhere and not belonging, and yeah. I mean, I've definitely felt that, and especially kind of in adolescence and teenage years. I mean, those are you feel that with such pain, and
Yeah, but you already had an agent in New York.
Yeah, right. That's
you
right.
can brag about to your friends.
Yeah, God. So yeah, I mean, there was a lot to him that to that character that I just really related to and loved, and yeah, I still feel bad for that character. I got really mad the first time I saw the movie, actually, with the
Why?
final music, because there was a scene where I'm walking at Gwyneth and I have a razor in my pocket, and the music that which it's perfect for the movie. It's right for the movie, but because Anthony was my kind of partner in crime that the whole time we were shooting it, every time something we would ask something, we'd say, well, should Ripley, I'd say, I'm going to kill Freddie with this statue, and he'd go, of course you're going to kill Freddie. Freddie's coming into your house. Freddie is accusing you of doing it. How dare he? He has a lot of nerve. He was very much my ally, when we were shooting it, because that was what got me, ready for every scene was the fact that what I'm doing makes total sense.